Hey, what's up guys, aarava here, and welcome back to my F1 Road to Glory for 2019 for Season 2, Episode number 4 at the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. Last summer at the Chinese GP, the rain helped us out to secure a very, very tasty result. Watch this, DRS open, overtake mode going, Rich Schmicks, look at the rocket ship of this Williams car. Look at this now, Verstappen's just pit. We're up into P3. And so off the back of that grand success, we come here to Baku, the long straights, and we know our car is good and straight line. I'm looking forward to building on this momentum, taking forward the team in a positive oh, for frick's sake. Sounds cool. So the first real point of asking of an upgrade, because of course the engine upgrade we did was a failed one that we had to repurchase, so that didn't really count. So the first time of asking of an actual brand new upgrade, and one of them has to just fail. It's the front downforce one, so that's going to be great. The car's not going to have a front end. I mean, it didn't have one anyway, so we're going to have negative downforce pretty much by that failing on our car, because the rear end is going to grip up so much now compared to that. Honestly, I just don't know what Carl and his team of engineers are doing. I mean, look at this place around us. Look at them. Do they look like they're doing any hard work? No, they don't. This smug over here on the right-hand side just even stopped working. He's looking at his mobile phone on the job. I don't know, probably trying to decide what the hell he wants for lunch. Oh, should I go for the bagel or should I have the pizza on offer? I had pizza yesterday, though, but you know what? Yeah, let's go for it. And then he just ups and leaves. We're still working here, mate. You've got a 9 to 5 job here. It's actually more than that in F1. But no, he's just going, and he's actually just gone. He's just left his job. Everyone else is working, and he's just gone. So yeah, that's a great insight into how the lads at Williams work around here. Nevertheless, we're going to have to move on from this negativity at the start of this episode and move into qualifying, and actually looking pretty okay into turn 1. The car not feeling too bad. We ran very low wings here. We've compromised. We've gone for the straight line speed, and I'm just hanging on for dear life onto the steering wheel in the corners here. But you can see in a straight line, we're actually keeping up with this Mercedes car ghost of Lewis Hamilton as we enter the end of Sector 1, just about keeping it off the curb, trying to keep the momentum going, actually up into P5 even. So the car isn't looking too bad. We managed to survive the Baku Castle section there with no issues. It's still in P6, so by the time we get to the back straight, we might have a good chance of being in the top 10. We're P8 now. Potentially, once we wind through this next left, then the right, this slingshot onto the motorway of a straight here in F1, we could just pick up some more positions up into P7 already. We're going to actually get DRS, of course, and then go even faster with this car, reduce the drag, and we're going to maybe try to just gain maybe one more position, maybe just like, yes, there we go, across the line for P6.
Excellent lap. We're really pleased.
Thank you, Jeff. Thank you. For once, Jeff is actually excited about something we've done, and as we should be. P6 at the Azerbaijan Grand Prix in this Williams car. Kubica has got P13. What a man. The man who always consistently came last place, second last, was miles off the pace. He's up there. He's along the He's up there. He's along the likes of Lance Stroll, Danke Fiat. Carlos Sainz is in the mix there as well with him. So I'm proud of Kubica today. He's actually pulled up his socks. He's 1.3 off the pace, which sounds like a lot, but remember, he was a whopping 2.5 or 2.8, or it probably be even more. I didn't really pay attention too much, but he was miles off the pace last episode. So it's good to see that even he can't mess up this car around this circuit in terms of that great combination of a straight line. So I think we could have a very tasty Grand Prix, you know, maybe potentially some incidents. You know, the Baku Castle section can claim lives. We've got Sergio Perez in a P3 position in the Racing Point car, so he might fall away in the race. That might cause a bit of a block jam. So I think we have a very good chance actually of maybe, you know, trying to somewhat match at the Chinese Grand Prix. I don't think there's any rain forecast, so that might not help us in that kind of stead, and we might be also susceptible to being overtaken in the straight line as well as ourselves doing some overtaking. But no, positivity, you know, let's push away that negative stuff about the failed upgrade. This is a very, very good start to the race weekend, and it's going to get even better because we're elevated up into P5 with someone, I think it's Hulkenberg, with a penalty of sorts, or someone else there, but we're up into P5. Kubica remains in P12, but we gain one free position. So the F1 gods even want us to succeed. Leclerc is the one with that penalty then. So P5, this is a good chance to get a podium here. I don't want to jinx it, but I think we could go for it. We could, knock on wood, We could go for it. Right, strategy-wise, it's going to be a one-stop, of course. We're going to start on the soft compounder tire, switch to the mediums, then hopefully get in some clean air when we switch onto the mediums, and we can abuse and use the rich mix every single straight, the ERS as well. And, well, let's go out there and get some actual glory for once in this series. I think the last time we had a podium was, I think, the Italian Grand Prix in Season 1, which was a pretty mad race if I remember. I think it was that far ago since our last podium, and our only podium, I think. So, it's been a long while, so I think we're due some glory, really. And that is what we're going to be chasing today, then, as we go to 5 red lights to the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. Round number 4 of this season is underway. It's a good start for us compared to Sergio Perez, but it's an even better one by Valtteri Bottas. Down the inside he goes into P3 then, but can we try and catch Perez off guard? Vettel and Hamilton do battle for P1 and P2. We're just watching this side-by-side at the moment. They're just not trying to get a bit of a front wing broken off there, and now we switch it to the left-hand side and build the speed in overtake mode, and here we go on the Red Bull and the Racing Point car. We're 3 wide there. They're on my right-hand side. We're going to try and cut across a little bit of contact is made there with Valtteri Bottas, as we were a bit over-aggressive, but we need to be honest, in this Williams car, as now Bottas tries to go around the outside. We're not having any of it, though, and we're going to try and battle him as much as we can and get this P3, and we will get this P3 into the next left-hander to the right of the chicane, and we've actually overtaken people. We've overtaken a Red Bull and a Racing Point car, and we've actually looked quick, and we're up into P3.
He is overtaken. Oh my god, he's about second. He's third.
What we're witnessing right here is absolutely unreal scenes here, ladies and gents. The car is looking quick, feeling quick, actually, and not too bad in the corners either. Lap number 1, though, early days. We've got 12 laps to go in this GP. Vettel leads the way from Hamilton, but we are in P3 in a Williams car right now, and looking very decent in a straight line on that main straight, and we actually maintain this position here. Now DRS is available, though, and Bottas is within a second. We've been keeping him at bay with the pure engine power, but now with DRS, and you can see that mistake there for me as we got on the curb a little bit there, might just invite some pressure in, but as we go on the acceleration there, whole lap mode, and then overtake mode once we get to 7th gear. Right now the speed is still there to keep the DRS of Bottas at bay, basically, but as we move on later into that lap, then the virtual safety car is called out, so that'll slow things down, give us a chance to save fuel, so that's pretty good. Ricciardo is going to be out of this Grand Prix as well as Hulkenberg, so both Haas cars out of this GP. Very thankful, though, to be under virtual safety car, of course, because at times, really, the Williams car feels like its normal speed is the virtual safety car speed, to be honest. But let's have a look then at this incident then between the 2 Haas cars, as it were. It looks like the Alfa Romeo also getting involved, but it's going to be a move to the inside by Ricciardo, I think that is, as he moves through the left-hander. Oh, he breaks off his left front there and takes Hulkenberg with him. So Gunther Steiner is going to be one pissed off man. I'm sure the F word's going to be brought out there if the Netflix documentary is being filmed at this race weekend, as both his cars are out of the Grand Prix in one foul swoop. We now move back to the racing action then. Green flags, and my engineer Jeff has called for a pit stop on lap number 4. Now, for once in our lives, I'm going to actually agree with him. I know it sounds bonkers, but I actually agree with it, because the tyre wear isn't looking too great. I can already feel the rear end here on some of these curbs slipping away a little bit, and even the front end isn't biting in as much here, so I think we should be able to gain more time with an undercut on the medium tyre, especially if these guys are going to be going a little bit longer, potentially. They might do so as we move through into lap 4. The castle section's already becoming quite scary indeed. Gasly and Perez now out of the Grand Prix, so for once, the DNFs are happening behind me here, because we're actually so high up already in this race. Usually, I'll be gaining the positions from these DNFs, but for some reason, somehow, I'm frauding my way in P3 right now. But you can clearly see Bottas is right up my gearbox, and now I'm really struggling for a lot of pace in the corners here, just holding on for dear life and maintaining it just about with the engine power on every single straight. So going to come in on this lap for a set of medium tyres and hope we can get some clean air. There should be, because with all those DNFs as well, there's only 14 people in this Grand Prix, so 4 more, and you're guaranteed points-paid positions here, which might be very likely, because it is Azerbaijan, of course. It's a very dangerous sort of circuit, very chaotic one, but we're going to come in then, watch yourselves on the left-hand side, slow things down. Usually I would probably go more full pelt into the pit lane, but I was not taking any chances with this Williams car. Knowing the car, it wouldn't have the fine balance to go that quickly with the quick left and right to try and cut the corner base into the pit lane entry. It probably would start wobbling into the wall there, so going to take it nice and easy onto a set of yellow wall medium tyres. It's a good pit stop there, 1.8. I mean, this team can't do much, but they can do pit stops correctly. I mean, I don't know, maybe it's all the extra lunch that the guys are having and taking off work from doing actually real R&D work. They're just going into pit stops and being good on those. But here is now the crash between Gasly and Perez, I think this was. And oh, a bit of a weird one then. It's not even Perez, sorry, it's Raikkonen. So that's a different crash entirely. And there's a major car park there. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I think, 6 cars parked up there. And Kubica's involved in that. And he's not going for... Oh, what the... Okay, that's how Perez went out the Grand Prix. You know what? That's tactics. Robert Kubica waited there, tactically, waited for the DNF, and then went on his business. He found the gear, he could have gone, but no, he waited so that there were less cars to attack him at the end of the race. This is 200 IQ plays we're seeing from the Polish man. This is wonderful stuff. You know what? This might be Kubica 2.0. Qualified well, smart with the underhand tactics. This is a new chapter in his life, to be honest. I'm very much here for it. I very much am. But we now move on towards lap number 7 then. Valtteri Bottas is going to come in for his pit stop along with Leclerc and Albon in the Mercedes car. So a lot of big names we're beating at the moment in this Grand Prix. Into turn 1, little lock up on the front left, but we do get ahead of Bottas there. And we've actually gained a little bit on Hamilton, if anything, visually speaking. I think we are a little bit closer. So the undercut really has worked out of quite a treat there. So we've got 6 laps to go in this Grand Prix. So we're just over halfway distance now. You know, the podium is sort of getting into sight now. We've just got to try and survive these last few laps and make sure we keep this head of Bottas. Another virtual safety car is out there, so that'll help us save some fuel to use later on in the race to maintain the speed. But oh no, come on. Robert Kubica is the one out. After all that talk, I jinxed it. It's commentator's curse. I talked about the renewed Kubica 2.0, and now he's crashed. He's not even in with anyone. So did he actually just crash on with himself? And oh, what on earth was that crash? Robert Kubica's just gone towards the wall, and did he just drive into the wall? I think he just drove into the wall. If he did, I swear to God, what the? Okay, I don't know about that one, guys. I don't think he actually made contact with the... No. See, I think what's gone on there is the front wing, obviously amazing build quality here at Williams, has just, what's the word? Fallen off. And broken his tyre and slammed him into the wall. And that's how he's gone out the Grand Prix. So yeah, we've already established before how the car... we've already established before and joked about how the car is literally made out of PVA glue and paper. That was the most evident. Yeah, the front wing just fell off. So... I'm a bit speechless, to be honest. I mean, I could only blame one man, and one man only, for this. Alright, so we move on then, and we're going to get towards green flags. We've got 4 laps, or 3.5 really, as we're halfway through lap number 10. And so now I've got the kind of worry of my front wing falling off. Like, I'm just going to be driving along at high speed in the last sector. It's just going to fall off and put me into the wall. So I'm a little bit tentative now, a little bit tense in the cockpit, but... hopefully the same demise will not come to me as we go through the same place Kubica crashed at. We're on lap number 12 now, the second last lap of the Grand Prix, and we're still here sitting pretty in P3. Hamilton's pushed away from us now, so the pace once again is dropping off as the tyre wear kicks in, but Bottas, he's right behind us, but we're just doing enough here in a straight line. He might have a very good run though. This might be his best chance to get P3. We already got kind of sideswiped by a Red Bull and got off the podium last race by a Red Bull. It was Verstappen that time. This time, I'm not letting it happen. I'm not letting another Red Bull ruin our podium glory here. We swerve left to right, trying to break the toe. Bottas, though, down the inside. We have to try and break as hard as we can, the latest we can, to go around the outside. We're just going to pull that through somehow. We slow down the car and find the downforce, and we're doing miracles here, ladies and gents, as we slow down the car very awkwardly halfway through the circuit in the middle there to make sure Bottas can't get a good run. Pull to the left, break the toe. Verstappen's also maybe joining the party now as we slow down Bottas that much, and that's how slowly we're going. Now, Verstappen, I think, was a good 2 seconds behind Bottas, and he's now right off his chopper. Here we now move to the last sector there. Maybe this last chance for Valtteri Bottas as we go towards the main straight here. We narrowly missed the wall there with a lock-up at the front left, so much so that we almost had to take Bottas wide there. So we are flirting with danger and death here at the Azerbaijan Grand Prix with the DNF there on the last sector. But here we come through the last few corners. Sebastian Vettel wins. Hamilton comes second, but no one's going to care. The crowd's not going to care. They're going to be cheering us on for this P3. Bottas, I swear to God, if you ruin this like you did with Lance Stroll, I will come to your finish house and I will end you. But it's not going to be the case, and so for the first time since the Italian Grand Prix, I'm pretty sure, we're going to be back on the podium with Williams F1.
Good job, you did really well. Super driving.
And once again, Jeff couldn't sound any less enthusiastic about that. We just got a podium, man, in a Williams, and all you can say is, oh, good job. Good job. So, what can you do? I can't win with this man. He doesn't do his job properly, and then when I pick up the pieces and pull together a great result, he doesn't give a flying crap. But there we go, on the podium with Lewis Hamilton and Sebastian Vettel. Don't get used to it. Don't.
Great work out there today. Let's have your thoughts. Everything went your way today. It looked like you had a really good strategy for the race.
Well, Claire, yeah, it was a decent race for us. Very good race for us, actually. I wouldn't say it's good strategy, though. I think it was just me racing hard, pulling the car up. Let's not give Jeff any credit here, the man who just doesn't want to celebrate. I don't think he deserves any credit.
It's safe to say you're smashing everyone's expectations, isn't it?
Yes, we are. As I've said many times, though, our expectations are very low at Williams. They do just, expect me just to turn up, and that's a surprise in itself. So I feel like maybe they need to raise those to maybe just finishing a Grand Prix in the car, because clearly our front wing's just going to fall off by a gust of wind, it would seem, for Kubica's car. So I think it's just an achievement every race that we finish these.
You left a lot of paint on the walls today. Were you struggling for grip, or did you just misjudge some corners?
I don't know what you're on about, Claire, to be honest. There might have been some paint on the wall, or maybe not. Maybe it was Kubica, to be honest. But I think we're just marking our territory, letting people know that Azerbaijan is a Williams territory, okay?
Appreciate your time.
And so it is a very fabulous day in the Road to Glory series here today with a podium at the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. That is awesome there. 15 points in the bag. We're at P4 in the Drivers' Championship. That if that doesn't give me a nosebleed, I don't know what will, but that is absolutely mega. Constructors as well, we're now in the position we wanted to be in from the start of the season, ahead of the midfield, the top pack of the midfield there, but you can see McLaren aren't too far off us there, so there's a long way to go. They're so close. That's one race and they could get back ahead of us there. So McLaren were rivals with us last season, I believe, and so once again we're going to be rivaling them, especially Carlos Sainz, who's been very much right by us apart from this race every single time so far in this series there. So plenty of work to do, but absolutely amazing stuff there. And so as we go on through the end of the episode, we get 400 extra points for a contract bonus for scoring one championship point. One. This is how little faith Williams have in their own car, and even me, which is quite insulting. One championship point is the contract bonus. One. I'm absolutely done with this team. Nevertheless, I will take that very charitable 400 points, really, to be honest. So it goes in with the theme of us being a charity team. We're going to repurchase that minor downforce upgrade and go for a minor engine power upgrade. 2 minors, so every little helps, really, to be honest. I'm definitely going to be popping to Tesco after this and grabbing a little champagne bottle to celebrate here with a P3. But every little does help. So for the Spanish Grand Prix, 2 little upgrades should help us for the front end. Obviously, Spain, we need downforce, but also at the same time, because we're going to compromise probably by running higher wings with Spain, the extra engine power is going to come in handy as well. But guys, if you did enjoy this episode of the F1 Road to Glory season 2019, our first podium of this season, then be sure to smash that like button. Let us know what you thought in the comments below. If you are new around here, subscribe for weekly Formula 1 content. I've been aarava. Have a good day. I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.